Once again, we're on Farming Simulator 2013 with the Rude Man, and we're in search of things to do. Now, I need to do something because if you notice down below in the right-hand corner, I'm $4,000 in the hole. So, this seeding is taking a toll on my pocketbook. I can take a look. Let's see. I think I had a loan out. I did. I had a loan out for $500,000. I'm going to have to sell something. I don't like being in debt, so let's see what we have to sell. I want to keep the canola because I've got a great demand coming up. But I got tons of wheat, and I've got lots of potatoes. So let's sell some of the wheat. So that being the case, let's take a look, see what the best price for wheat is. And Budweiser wheat 741. Co-op 715, 715, 715. So it looks like Budweiser's the winner. All right, let's grab a truck or two. Something close to home. Head to the farm. So I got up this morning. I woke up about 6 o'clock. It's 46 degrees out. I think fall is here. Winter's on the way. It does happen to be unusually bright today. So for the next few days we've got sun, which is unusual. So it's supposed to get up, in the 60s, which is, warm for us. But it's starting to get chilly. Frost on the pumpkin. Okay, let's see if we have a course for selling to Budweiser. Right. Selling harvest. Gosh, we haven't sold harvest in a long time. Okay, grain to barley to bud. And when I made this, excuse me, I had a tickle in the back of my throat. Did I say throat? I did, didn't I? I have a tickle in the back of my throat. I meant to say throat. Of course you knew that. Yeah, and with me, you never know when I'm joking around, because a lot of times I'll joke around and talk a little bit silly, and sometimes I do it on purpose, and sometimes I don't. So barley to bud. When I first created that, I forgot that this is a one, all-in-one silo. So it doesn't matter whether it's barley or not. I'm taking something to Budweiser, so we can use this. So we can use this because we don't have to. It doesn't have to be barley. We can drive under here and say, "Load me up." So let us drive. See if it stops at the start. And it does. We got to turn on our HUD. Yeah, well, it's already set at wheat, so we can start filling. And I don't want to do this all day, so I'm going to grab another truck. Well, I'd like to do it all day because I'd like to be a billionaire. But I'm gonna have to get quite a bit actually, because my loan is for $500,000. So, even if I sell $500,000 worth of wheat, I'm still gonna be in the hole. I don't know what else I can sell. I could sell half of those potatoes. I got quite a few potatoes too. I should plant some of these high profit ones like soybeans and oats. That's what I should be doing. If it wasn't for this high demand that's coming up, I wouldn't be doing canola. Selling harvest, barley to bud. What's barley to FY? FY. My brain's not working this morning. Farmyard? Alright, where's he going? Where is he going? Oh gosh, I already had a course. I gave him 2 courses. Try that again. I love the way these John Deere sound. Alright, second time. Third time's charm, but I'm not going to do it 3 times. What? Okay, it's just straightening out. Alright, we're still on wheat. Let's fill it up. He takes off. In the meantime, I was out getting ready to start my rigs back up. This one here needed fuel. The Steiger. And man, that's annoying, that big HUD. Alright, so we were working our way, let's see, we're working our way this way, around, that was my plan, and I hadn't, believe it? Can you believe it? I'm sticking to a plan. I never do that. I always say, well, this is what I'm going to do, and then I am doing up whatever. So, but I'm sticking to it. I'm working my way around this way, and I'll come down this way and over this way. So, looks like 10 is working, 14 and 9. I just need to move these over. So that's what we'll do, because I can. Yeah, I'm looking at, I think I might go to Costco this afternoon. The last time I was in Costco, they had an Xbox One controller. I've had this Logitech Rumble Pad for years, and I might have mentioned it in a previous episode, but I've dropped this thing so many times that if you're not careful, okay, so I'll turn my computer on, and when I go to this game, you'll see that it's going like this. It's rotating, and I haven't touched the gamepad, so I have to take the controller and the little thumb deal that you rotate, that little on a gamepad, you know, that thummy thing. Okay, I've dropped it so many times, and it's hit that thing so many times that it starts off doing this, and so I have to take my fingers and just slap the snot out of it several times, just smack it until it stops doing that, and then I can usually play pretty well, and it works pretty good, but after a while it'll start doing it again, and I have to smack it around again, and because I'm using it, see, and as I use it, if I don't let it snap, you know, like if you just turn it, this is what you get, but if I turn it all the way and then I just let go of it, let it snap back, generally that'll snap it back to where it stops again. Rather than doing this and then just slowly stopping it with your thumb, never taking your thumb off of it. That's how I would normally do it. But because this thing needs a good snapping once in a while, I'll just let it click back. But anyway, I'm thinking about getting an Xbox One controller. You know what I think about Xbox One, but or Spybox One's what I call it. Now, that being said, they are fixing that. Uh-oh. Trucks in traffic. I don't know. I was looking at them online, and they're $50-$60 for those things, but Costco had them for like $45. I think I'll run and get one. Now, the thing of it is, though, you can't use it wirelessly right out of the box like that. You have to have a USB cord, a mini on one side and a regular USB on the other, and you plug it into the Xbox One, and then you plug it into a USB port on your computer. So it won't be wireless like the Rumble Pad, but it should work. There is another reason I'm getting it. Some of the newer games that you're able to use gamepads with are having a hard time with some of the third-party ones. Shadow of Mordor is one of them. I can't get my Rumble Pad to even get noticed by it. So, but I went online and they said the Xbox One and the Xbox 360s are working fine with it. So it's probably time to upgrade. This is pretty old, and it goes through batteries like crazy. What was I doing? I got sidetracked. I was going to do field number 20. I believe. Seed. Field. Oh, I don't have a field 20. I don't have a field 20, but that was one of the fields that I recently purchased, so I'm pretty sure it's 20. Yeah. Yeah, I just recently purchased this field, so. What is happening? I don't have it set on field work. That's what's happening. Okay, field 20. Let's whoop her up there. 220. There we go there. Starting corner was northeast. We're heading west. And we're going to activate that. And we're going to do the course. And we're going to save the course. And we're going to call it seed. Okay. Wow, that was weird. Seed field 20. Button it up. Okay. See how this thing does. Drive the course. Now I've kind of sometimes I learn a lesson. I've kind of waited now because usually I would have set that and then I'd have just jumped right to the next screen. Now I'm getting paranoid enough that I'll wait and make sure that it starts okay before I do that. Okay, now this one is not done. So we just want him to drive the course. He doesn't have any seed. He's waiting patiently for my pick-em-up truck. Okay, I want him to stop. I better go check on those trucks, see what's going on. How come he didn't dump his load? What? They're not dumping. Why are they not dumping? I know why they're not dumping, and I now remember why I called it barley. Alright, stop this guy. Stop. I forgot. It's on the other end. At Budweiser, they have two drop points. One's for wheat, one's for barley. That's why they're not dropping their barley. So I have to do a course. Oops, am I in the wrong one? What am I doing? I am in the wrong one. Gonna be one of those days. I can tell. I'm a psychic. But at least it's a beautiful day on the farm. Look at that bright blue skies, sunshine. Every day's a holiday when you work on a farm like this. Alright, start right there. Reset the course. Start the course. Drive the course. Record the course. My mind is stuck on course. Off to Budweiser we go. I'm gonna pick up a 6-pack while I'm there. Farmhands appreciate it. Okay, now wasn't that way. It's way down. Get myself confused here. The co-op is down that way. Okay, yeah. Budweiser's way at the end by the dairy and the potato plant. Can't tell if I'm pushing that guy or not. We'll find out in a second here. Yep, I did. Oh, that was just mean. Oh, I feel so bad now. I'll go back and apologize if he's still there. Yeah, this is where I made my mistake. I forgot that there is barley and wheat that you don't dump into the same grape. Alright, let's just see what one load does. Took us out of the hole. Not too bad. About 50,000 something. Shouldn't have to worry about traffic on this road except for maybe the milk truck. But he only travels twice a day. Alright, why is my truck not moving? What is going on? Hey! Stop! What's going on? That's weird. My controller just stopped functioning. The truck just started going automatically backwards. Alright, I'm definitely going to Costco. I don't know if it was the controller or the game. The controller. I don't know if it was the controller or the game. It might have been the fact that I hit that road sign. That road sign might have messed me up. Stupid road signs. Okay. Might have, because according to that course, I was way off the side of the road. Well, that's something else the county could come after me about. They got after me for littering my grass clippings all over the road. And, you know, stuff like that does happen, though. I remember when we used to put sprinklers out, we had to make sure that we put, you get this sprinklers that we used to use at one point were big aluminum pipes with sprinkler heads on one end, and you would just snap them together and go as far as you needed to go. And the sprinkler head would go around 360 degrees, you know, like tick, 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 like a regular yard sprinkler. And we would have to put some kind of a stop up on the end of it if the last one was close to a county road, so that the water wouldn't shoot onto the road, because it was a hazard for traffic and stuff. You know, people driving through where a sprinkler smacks your car, and you know, if it caught somebody unawares that they got hit with the sprinkler, you know, they'd get in an accident or something, supposedly. But yeah, so we used to have to cover the ends of the sprinklers that were close to a road so they wouldn't sprinkle onto the road. Otherwise you'd get a big fine. Alrighty, so there's that one. And we're going to call this, what are we going to call it? Wheat to Bud. Alright, try the course. Let's grab that other truck. Waiting there patiently. Reset the course. Wheat to Bud. Selling harvest. You know, I was thinking the other day about how much I played this particular game. I play a lot of games, but I played the snot out of this one. And this was my therapy game when I was working. I'd come home from work and play this game to relax, because I could play this game and watch TV at the same time. But anyway, I was thinking the other day about Farming Simulator 2015, and I was thinking about course play and all of the mods that I have and all that kind of stuff. And why is this guy running when he doesn't have any product? That's weird. Aren't they supposed to stop when they run out of stuff? What? Oh, I've got him on field work. I'm supposed to have him on seed and feed and fertilizer and poo and all that kind of stuff. Oh, God. Rookie mistake. Here, I was just telling you how much I played the game. Ah! Haven't learned a dang thing. Anyway, I was thinking about that, though, about when 2015 comes out, and we won't have any mods, and we won't have any course play, and everything's going to be new and different. I hope they're just not going to improve the graphics of 2013 and slap a new name on it. I hope there's going to be good stuff in it, and I think there probably will be. But well, they've added the forestry part, and I'm not sure if that interests me or not, but we'll see. They have a forestry mod in this game, and I downloaded a couple of stuff from it, but I've never played it because it just didn't ring my bell, I guess. I don't know. But I was thinking, that I'm going to miss this game because it's going to be fun playing the new one, but I'm just going to be starting out not knowing a darn thing about it. Kind of weird. I've never really thought about that with other games. Every time I get a new game, I think, all right, it's a new game. I get to learn new things, and in this game, it's like, okay, I'm going to get the new version of the game, and everything's going to be different, and I'm going to feel stupid. But we'll see. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. I count on you guys to still laugh at me when I goof up, so at least there's that. Or at least I hope you'll be watching when I play the new game. Okay, now what was this guy doing? What was he doing? Because has this been seeded? I can't tell. Yeah, it has been. Okay, so we're taking this guy this way. And we'll start in field number 21. I was going to say 21. Uh-oh. Looks like my truck's getting low on fuel. My Caterpillar. Let's see. We're going to seed. Now, this one should have it. Is this... No? Are you kidding me? How did I seed him the last time? I must have just... When I bought these fields, which I just did... I just had one harvest on these fields. I must have just... now let's get these put away. I must have just hired a worker to do it instead of setting a course. Now, I'll tell you why I set the course. I set the course for one reason only. Wow, okay. I'll take that back. I set the course for two reasons only. One reason is, if you remember field 37 and field 24, I believe it is, that are kind of triangle shaped on one end or weird shaped on one end. Well, if you set a course play course for those types of fields, it generally knows that there's an odd shape to it, and it works with that. So that's one reason. The second reason is that if there is a course set, and I accidentally hit course 14. If there's a course set, when they run out of fertilizer or seed, they will stop right there. And this little thing over here in the left-hand corner will pop up and say that they need refilling. Okay? If you hire a driver with the normal game function, they don't stop. When they're empty, they just keep going. And so by the time you realize that, it pops up and says they're done, and you come and find out that only a third of the field has been seeded, because when it's empty, they just keep going. They don't stop. So that's the major reason why I use course play to seed. Alright, I need to set a course here. Make sure this is field 21. Yeah, field 21. Alright. All right, northeast, heading west. Activate. Do the course. Save the course. Seed field 21. 21. And let's pop around here. Here we go. We're off. Yeah, so that makes it really nice that in course play, this thing, when it's low on either fertilizer or seed, will actually stop right then and there and notify you that it needs help. Ridge markers automatic. No, I don't want automatic. I want a manual. We better go check on these guys. Yeah, he's almost... I hope that's wheat. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll just run him over. We're here on the farm. I'm going to stop this course, stop the driver, and we'll just run around the corner and grab some fuel. Looks like the John Deere's right behind me. He sure is. Waiting his turn patiently. He's being a good partner. Oh, he's got his headlights on. I just think it's dark. I don't know if any of you that watch Farming Simulator watch the Elite Dangerous things that I've been doing. Excuse me a sec. Sorry, I'm having tickles in the back of my throat today, and I don't want to cough so loud it breaks your eardrums. So anyway, excuse me for that. I don't know if any of you watched the Elite Dangerous that I've been doing, but I had worked, and I had made 3 million credits because I needed 3,300,000 credits to buy a new ship. And it was the big freighter that I was going to buy. Well, then on the 30th of September, they switched from beta to beta phase 2 in their game, because it's a beta game, and people have been playing since the alphas. Well, in the new beta 2, they've changed a lot of the HUDs. A lot of the screens you see are sharper. They make more sense. They're a lot nicer, and they've added some different components to the space stations, and they've added a bunch of new stuff. They've opened up space a little bit more, and they made some pretty major changes because they're trying to get this game complete so they can have it out for public sale by the end of the year. And so when they switched on September 30th, everything got wiped. So I pulled the game up, and sure enough, I'm in the starter ship with 1,000 credits. I lost everything, which is fine. You know it's a beta and stuff like that's going to happen. Although in the forums they kept saying that you wouldn't lose your credits. Well, I did. I lost everything. So I don't know if there's something that I was supposed to have done to keep from losing those credits, or if that was just somebody's wishful thinking that you wouldn't lose your credits, or what that was all about. But there you go. I got to start over again, and that's fine. That's just fine. I don't mind. It's a fun game. There is something interesting though. If you watch those videos, well, take another look at them if you do. And if you see me flying through space, there's a video up that the creators of the game are doing as some kind of a Game.com in Europe, I believe it is, and they're on the stage and they're talking about their game, and they're showing the beta 2 video. They've got a guy there that actually has a game that he's kind of playing, and they're throwing it up on the big screen. And then they have some videos and stuff. Why am I driving this when I could be letting him drive this? But anyway, one thing that they said was, in this game, they show space, right? And they tell you that when you're sitting in your spaceship and you're looking out the window and you see all these stars, just like if you were out at night and you look up and see all the stars in the sky. Same thing, except for it's a game, right? Anyway, when you're sitting in your ship and you're looking at all those stars, those are mapped from reality. And so what that means is, in this game, if you see a bright dot in the sky, that is actually a planet or a sun or some heavenly body that you can fly to in the game and see. Everything in the game is real. I mean, as far as the mapping goes, that's incredible. You know, I remember hearing something about, they said that the space in this game is going to be so vast that even though it's a multiplayer PvP game, you could actually go out into space and never see another human. And there's some pretty interesting things to it too. You can actually go out into space and go into a place that hasn't been explored before, find a new planet, get the information on it, scan it, get back to civilization, and they'll like name it after you or something. So that's kind of cool. So there's going to be some competition. If you and another guy fly into a piece of space and it's brand new, and you're going to grab the information, it's going to be a race to see who gets back and gets to name it. But anyway, that was kind of cool. All right, this guy is doing what? He's waiting for me to tell him to drive a course. And then he's not doing anything because he's empty. All right. I'm distracted. Easily done. I'm easily distracted. It's not my fault. I'm just a kid at heart. That's why I love playing games. Okay, the Steiger needs to be refilled, telling me so right there, and the John Deere has finished work on field 10, so we can move him up to field 22 and work our way down to field 12, and we're almost done seeding. All right, this guy is also really getting low on fertilizer. I should probably just, while I'm here, back him up and pop in some fertilizer. Whoa, not so hard. Oh God, you didn't see that. Look the other way. Sorry, buddy. But as it is, I own the equipment, so I can do that if I want to. Oh, where's he going? Where are you going? I don't understand. Yes, I do. That's where he's going. I've turned around backwards. Oh, God. Look at this. Look at this. All right, well, I got to get this truck out of the way. Or TTs. I can't remember what my wife said. You're being silly. That's not how you pronounce that. It's TT. I said, yeah. What's your point? I don't know why they named it that in the first place. Yeah, at one point I thought I'd go in and see if I could change the name of it. And I thought, well, it's not my mod. I didn't make it. And on the other hand, too, it's kind of funny, really. So there you go. I don't know if he needs refilled, but I'm going to do it while he's stationary. I may have to go edit that last part out. I gotta keep this channel clean. I don't want to. Little kids watching this. I'd probably edit that part out, and then you'll get to this part and say, "What did he edit? What was that?" I can't win. I should have just kept my mouth shut. All right, he needs fertilizer too. Yeah, I don't know if it's cold weather or what, but boy, I woke up with a tickly throat today. I'm not sick or anything. It's just allergy type stuff, you know. It doesn't help that I just drank a Frappuccino, a Starbucks Frappuccino. I don't drink coffee, but my wife went to Costco and they had these Starbucks Frappuccinos bottled on sale, and she grabbed some for my daughter who likes that kind of thing. And so I decided I'm gonna grab one. It tastes pretty good. It's nice and sweet. I like sweet stuff. I like the vanilla ones better. These, I don't like the taste of coffee, and these taste more like coffee. Then what the heck did he hit? Didn't see anything. But anyway, it's kind of got like, it's kind of like a coffee full of cream. You know, Frappuccino, if you don't know what it is. I didn't know what it was. And so, you know, the milk has kind of created a little bit of a thing in my throat, which isn't conducive to talking, I guess. I was thinking about this morning. There's a local DJ that's about my age. I used to work for the radio station. That's where the Rude Man came from. I don't know if I think I've explained this before. When I first started using Rude Man as my online name, I used to have people would listen to me, or I would chat with them before I was actually physically talking online. I would chat with people, and pretty soon they would send me, you know, a text, and they would say, Why do you call yourself the Rude Man? Because we've been chatting with you for quite a while, and you're not very rude. And I said, well, it doesn't have anything to do with that. I said, my name is Rudy, short for Rudolph. I only go by that at Christmas, and not by choice. Everybody seems to think it's pretty funny. But anyway, I said, my name is Rudy, and I used to work at a radio station. And when I used to go into the sound booth, the disc jockeys would all say, well, the Rude Man just walked in. And so it kind of stuck. I was the Rude Man, so that's where the name comes from. Some people figure it out right away. Others don't, but that's okay. Keeps the riffraff away if they think I'm rude. I don't want to listen to him. He's rude. What am I doing? This is field 12, isn't it? Seeding. Field 12. So the Frappuccino, I don't know if there's caffeine in it. Probably is. Doesn't seem to be helping right now. My mind is still in a fog. And of course, I started the course on the other end of the field, if I started it at all, which I did because I just selected it. Duh. I'm not going to make any promises, but in the next episode I'm going to get back to the animals, check and see how they're doing. I just wanted to get the seeding done because I got a short period of time to get this done before that great demand. Okay, go for it, dude. You can do it. And there he goes. Let's see how these guys are doing. Whoops, oh, past him. How much do I need to sell? Quite a bit, actually, because I haven't even paid the loan back yet. How much do I have left? I don't want to sell all my wheat. Oh, I barely touched it. I had over 4 million. I still have over 4 million units. Liters, however they measure the crops in this game. You know, I'm actually torn between when 2015 comes out. I know a lot of the big YouTubers that do Farming Simulator have said that they'll stop playing 2013 and do 2015. I'm highly debating whether I continue on, and maybe I'm getting to where I want to move on from the Idaho map, but uh-oh, here goes my timer. Anyway, I'm highly debating whether I'll keep making 2013 one. Maybe not as often as I do, but maybe once or so a week, once or twice a week, continue on with doing 2013. I might do that. I don't know. I'm playing an awful lot of games though, and so we'll see. I don't know. I guess it all depends on how much fun I'm having with 2015. If I'm having a lot of fun on 2015 and I continue doing what I do here, I don't necessarily make an episode every day, but I try to on farming 2013, because most of my subscribers are here because of Farming Simulator. Even though I play all those other games, I think a majority of the people are subscribing because they're coming here on this game. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. In the meantime, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to call it an episode. And when I come back, we'll finish the harvest or continue working on it at the very least. Get back and see what the animals are doing. We'll find out what this driver's been drinking. Oh, are you kidding me? And you came to work this way? Oh, you're in trouble. And you do this right in front of me. You couldn't wait till I logged off. No. Oh my goodness. All right, I gotta go. I'll see you next episode. Have fun. Happy farming.